Hi, how are you doing? So there is a loud broadcasting right there. So if you can like tune in and listen to my voice and not really focus on that, I really appreciate it. Thank you for tuning in. Today I want to like talk about how we are going because this world is going crazy for a reason because the world is purging its own unseen energies, and we, the person who are experiencing it, might be in shock, but I'm not in shock at all because this is one of the things that I personally experience when you are working with your own pain. At some point, there will be a peak of energy that is exceeding its limit, and they need to be processed. And this is the time where we process that thing. And if you understand that, you can actually be a lot more focused in life. So, how are you doing? Are you doing good? You know, I am not the person who's going to be. I'm not the person who likes to small talk because in I need to fix my veil because doing small talk is actually like you would answer it is in a such a typical way that I just never get to see like if you have other answers going on. So I don't know if you learn English in other countries because in my country the most typical way to answer how are you doing is actually I'm good, I'm fine, thank you, and you. Well, this is typical, but then I learned English by myself. And whenever I was like in elementary school, whenever someone asked me, like, how are you doing? Terrible. I would give the most honest review of how I'm actually doing. So it's not about like, okay, I'm great. Now go away. Don't ask me anything. It's just that I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't feel great, and I'm just going to tell you the truth. And I have been the anomaly of that, and I never have a great experience whenever someone asks me, how am I doing? But when I grow up, I get to see myself. Actually, when you ask someone how they are doing, you actually tuning in into what is the limit that they can take. You are asking their capacity on how much they can interact with you, how much they can connect with you. Because if someone out there and you ask, like, how are you doing? And you ask them that, and they would answer with the most honest answer they can give you, and they are not doing great. Now, the next thing that you're going to give them in that connection is actually it will be hard for them to process because they're not able to give their thought for you. They're like, okay, I don't have the space to receive any or give. I don't have the space to receive or give anything to you. It's like you need to be here for me. So that is the meaning of asking like, how are you guys doing? But people doesn't care about that. I understand that. I didn't. But I get to be more in caring more caring about this because I understand that my personal thing is a lot deeper. It has depth of meaning that I need you to be in tune to whatever I'm saying. So I ask you, how are you doing? How are you? That is a peace of mind that I have about connecting with people because I am not a really social person. I try to because I have this ambition, this mission that I want to get out of myself, because I'm like the only channel that I know in my community, in my people, in my peers, in my family, friends, and I'm like the only person who understand the sensitive issue about this. My cat is right here. Hello. Her name is Ichi. The weird thing is that she is the last cat I will care for, but her name is Ichi, which is the first. As I don't know the doesn't make sense there, but we keep it quiet. So, oh, the connection is off. Okay. So I'm not a very social person. I need to be social because of my personal ambition and mission in life. But when I was in high school, I had an experiment because I was so terrible at connecting with people when my mission involved people. So I need to be the person who can like essentially present in other people's experience, in other people's moments, to actually make the difference. And in that moment, I'm like, you know what? Maybe we can just be that person who is outgoing, who is friendly, who is like excited, like curious about someone else. Even though like I'm not that person, like I want to be that person. So I did an experiment when I was in high school, and it was an eye-opening because I get to see, oh, it's actually not that bad to have a small talk. It's not that bad to be like aware of other people's conditions, because we get to be like feel the connection within that. I feel like there are people who are scared to have that moments of don't touch my laptop, okay? Meh. Meh, 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 meh. Hi. No. So yeah. No. No. Oh, my bell is going crazy. So, and that's also like whenever you ask yourself, how are you doing? Like, no one asks you, but you ask yourself, because sometimes you need to be in that moment of tuning into yourself and understand, oh, I actually don't have the capacity to receive this. So I'm going to be kind to myself to understand my limit and play within that. Like, and just like, okay, I don't have the capacity for that. I'm aware of it, but then what we can do with it. Now, that's an opening. That's the time when you start to open to different circumstances. And just like this, what I'm doing here is that, how am I doing today? Oh, actually, we have the capacity to go into cat hair. We have the capacity to go deeper into certain topics that may not involve the dark energy, the negativity. And I'm so passionate about asking, how are you guys doing? Because that in itself hold the presence within your mind, your consciousness, that, oh, this is what I'm able to do today. You don't need to push yourself, but if you can, if you want to, then what would you do? The internet just cut off again. Oh my god. That's the first thing that you need to be aware of in this kind of chaotic world, because you feel the need to not overdo yourself in a way that you don't have capacity for, because in this chaotic world, what you can do to stay focused, to stay present, is actually just choose yourself. It's to choose yourself and not feeling terrible about not doing enough, because the world is purging. You will never be enough at this very moment, so you will crave more, because oh, this one is not enough, I can do more, but the world doesn't have the space for it yet. So I'm gonna keep doing until I'm in that space where, okay, I give everything that I want. Now what? And I hope that you guys are not burned out, because in this world, in this time, the world is going to be really, really take some of our energy away, because of how much change we will have in the future. Now, I just speak some nonsense. It probably not going to make sense, but that's what I want to say. Well, I've been tuning in into my intuition and see what else I can talk here. How is my background music, guys? I hope it doesn't bother you in any way. I'm talking about chaotic world, and we need to be present, and this is the most chaos I can bring to you guys. And there's voice here, there's voice there, and everything is actually surrounded me with such a noise that I need to be present in this time. And this is like a really good depiction of what I'm trying to say, is that when you are in the middle of chaos, like you are in the middle of storm, then what you can do is just like stand there. Don't step away. That's what I'm saying. If you can just like stay there, be present, and don't step away from your own path, then you're doing your part. Because most people who are playing with the storm is a really great example that you can sprinkle some of your thing without actually be the storm. But there is also this type of people. Like I met with crazy people who bring storm to the community, and those type of people are there because they are the bringer of chaos. But the best that we can do is that we don't get pulled into this narrative of we need to be in chaos. We need to feel triggered by this. But no, no, you don't. Do you know why? Because you don't feel the need to play the chaos. You just play you, which is who you are. But then, yeah, hmm, I hope you guys doing okay. And that's the end of the live stream today. Even though it's not a real live stream, it's just me recording by myself with all the chaos in my present time. So thank you for tuning in. I'll see you tomorrow.